Saturday, April 21, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and you're looking at my 1995 Subaru Legacy. Last week I had a misfire code, P0302, and I tried a couple of things to fix it so far. What I'm going to do today, or this morning anyway, is I'm going to be replacing the number 2 fuel injector, which you see right there. And I have a replacement here. This is actually a rebuilt injector, but you can see, looks like new. So, in order to get this out, the very first thing we're going to have to do is depressurize the fuel system. Now, the battery has been disconnected for days, but I'm going to have to, it's been disconnected to clear out the codes. I'm going to have to reconnect it and depressurize the fuel system, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So, first thing to do, obviously, is reconnect the battery. And you just heard the locks right there. So, give me a moment and I'll show you the next thing. Next, you want to disconnect the coil pack so none of the cylinders get any spark. And in order to do that, you disconnect this connector right here. To access the fuel pump, you come in here through the back of the car. Now, I don't know how you get to it in the sedan. Maybe it's probably inside the trunk right behind the rear seat. But here in the station wagon, you just go in through the hatch. You can see here's the back of the rear seat. I folded it down, and you have to open this access hatch here, which is 4 Phillips head screws. Next, you disconnect the fuel pump, and that's this connector right here. Under the hatch, you just pull this, push down this tab, and well, anyhow, you push down this tab and pull the connector out. I need 2 hands to do it. Okay, now that's disconnected, so what you do is you get in the car and you crank it over, and if it fires, you just let it die. Okay, I'm in the car. I'm going to crank it and see what happens. That should take care of it. And it actually occurred to me after after the last thing I told you that there's no way this is going to fire because I had disconnected the coil pack. So, yeah, fuel system should be depressurized now. Next thing to do is remove the old injector. Okay, we're looking at the number 2 injector now. So the first thing you have to do is pull off this electrical connector here, and then remove these 2 screws on the injector cap. Okay, I've got those 2 little screws out, and the cap, and also this little rubber insulator here off, and obviously you don't want to lose these pieces. Next, you remove the injector, so there's nothing else holding it in at this point. So, in order to install it, you have to lubricate the O-rings right here and here with engine oil in order to get it to get in there and seat properly, and then you have to get it down flush. So. Okay, the new injector is in and seated properly, so you can see it's there in place. See if this even starts. Okay, it's running, and you know, so far so good. You can see the idle going up and down. Everything's readapting besides there was the oil there on the injector, and that's got to go through. But I'll let it go a couple of minutes, see what happens. So far, no check engine light. Well, so far so good. I took it for a test drive, and I got back here. So. The last time this happened, though, I actually got all the way home. It was about 5 miles, and then I put it in the driveway, let it idle a few minutes before the check engine light came back on. So I'm going to do that, see if it happens, and if not, I'll take it out again for another test loop, and if it throws the code, I'll go get it scanned. Well, same exact thing just happened with the new injector. I made the 5-mile loop, came home, put it in the driveway, let it idle a moment or so, and check engine light, started blinking again, which I believe indicates a live misfire. So I'm just going to take the car around the corner to the auto parts store, have them scan it, and I'll bet it's the same P0302, in which case I have to continue with diagnostics because it was not the ignition, it was not the injector. We just went to the store, had them scan the computer, and once again the code was P0302, cylinder 2 misfire, not getting any other codes. So unfortunately, the next step for me right now is to do a compression test. So I'm going to grab my compression tester, which I've never actually used before. I've had it in my tool chest for a couple of years because I got it on sale, and see if I can figure out what's what with that. So, wish me luck, and I'm actually going to do a separate video for the compression test.